The presidential and national assembly elections have come and gone, with the political parties fielding candidates that qualified from their primaries to stand as the candidates for the respective political parties, including the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and the Labour Party. The 2023 presidential elections, its undertaking and outcome is our focus on Special Report this week. You're welcome to the program. I'm Olumide Macaulay.
We'll pass the mic around.
And so it began at the outset of the polls, just a few hours to Nigeria's general elections, with the Presidential and National Assembly polls and INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu saying all was set for the big day.
The report we received from our state office, concerns have been expressed about the security situation in Osu local government area, 5 wards in Okigwe, and 6 in Olu local government areas. However, we have been assured that with enough mobilization of security personnel to the area, it is possible for elections to hold in these locations. Generally speaking, the situation nationwide is calm as far as our preparations are concerned. There has been no incident involving the personnel or huge quantities of materials deployed by the Commission. Voter enthusiasm is high, and so too is our determination to conduct credible elections.
The INEC chairman, who was speaking during a briefing with the Inspector General of Police in Abuja, also announced that elections will not hold for senatorial candidates in Enugu East, owing to the death of a senatorial candidate.
The party also conveyed its intention to participate in the election for that constituency by replacing its deceased candidate. This request is in line with the provisions of the law. For clarity, I would like to quote verbatim Section 34, subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2022, which says, and I quote, "If after the time for the delivery of nomination paper and before the commencement of poll, a nominated candidate dies, the Chief National Electoral Commissioner shall, being satisfied of the fact of death, countermand the poll in which the deceased candidate was to participate, and the Commission shall appoint some other convenient date for the election within 14 days, unquote. Therefore, there will be no senatorial election in Enugu East Senatorial District, made up of 6 local government areas, 77 wards, and 1,630 polling units tomorrow, Saturday, the 25th of February, 2023. The election will now be combined with the governorship and state assembly elections holding in the next 2 weeks on 11th March 2023.
The IGP on his part says over 400 security personnel were deployed for the elections.
In the police we have 310, 973. Nigerian Security and Civil Defense 51,000. Federal Road Safety Corps 21,000. Nigerian Correctional Service 11,336. National Drug Law Enforcement Agency 9,447. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission 350. Nigerian Immigration Service 21,000. Total 425,106. Just like in any other election, we expect our VIPs to drop their bodyguards, orderlies that are armed in escorting them to the polling stations. Or even if they escort them, they should stop or stay at a distance so that the person can cast his vote and leave with his aides. We do not expect armed men in the polling units. And we have told our officers to comply. Those of them with the VIPs have also been communicated through our medium of communication.
And security topped the list of concerns raised by accredited election observers and civil society groups as the country headed to the polls on Saturday.
When you ask about how is the police preparation in this zone concerning political thuggery, we are very, very much prepared, and I have read riot acts to ever will be talk in this general elections, that anybody who feels he will come and do acts of vandalism or recklessness during the election as to throw a spanner into the system, we are going to make sure that he is arrested and the full burden of the law will bear on him aggressively. As the AIs for is that they should have faith in the system, they should exercise their rights, and voters should come out and vote for their choice candidate without any hindrance. While doing that, they should also know that there are certain rights which belongs to others. They should equally respect it. The police and all other security agencies are ready to protect them right from their residences, on their way to voting and after voting.
And on the day of the election proper, and in Lagos, APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu with his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, came out to vote, thronged by supporters. Around 10 a.m. in Ikeja local government area.
The Electoral Act has worked wonders. What the National Assembly has done has proved to be very good. The system has been changed. You have beavers now that is an improved from the card reader. Accreditation of voters is very effective, and you can see the validation and critical segments of the elections, having the integrity as expected. We are improving. We are improving tremendously.
Also on the day of the elections, Ikoyi area of Lagos witnessed deserted streets, except where there was voting at the polling booths. Popular entertainer Charlie Boy spoke of his experience on voting.
Well, generally it's been peaceful, very peaceful. I came out as early as about 7 o'clock, and I went to Center 013, and I went to about 3-4 centers that didn't have my name. Out of frustration, I did a post to that. Out of frustration, I went back to my apartment, and this is what I talk about tenacity. I just couldn't feel comfortable staying and not voting. So I went back on the streets again, and I got information that I'm supposed to be voting at, what's it called? Dolphin, somewhere around there. I went and I saw my name. And that really, really made me happy. So generally, it's been peaceful, it's been calm, but I don't think they still have their acts together, because there's a lot of confusion up there. So I don't know about free fair, okay? I don't know what they're up to. The demons amongst us are in large numbers. And the problem is that the good people, most of the good people, but I'm happy for one fact that young people are beginning to come alive. The consciousness is up. So I don't think, win or lose, that Nigeria will ever be the same politically.
And in Banana Island in Ikoyi, voters spoke on the exercise.
So far so good. As you can see, it's been very smooth here. We came in the morning, everybody was giving their numbers. I think we are on like number 250 now. and there's no violence, there's no chaos, everybody is orderly, everything is going on smoothly. I think so far so good, this place has been okay. I don't know about other center, but this place, so far so good, we're good and everything is fine here.
It's been a very calm, very orderly experience. We came out in the morning, got numbers, INEC officials came on time, and the election started and people were, able to vote and go home. Some of us are waiting, to monitor the process to the end. But it's been very orderly, I say, in this place.
To Adamawa State, where People's Democratic Party candidate Mr. Atiku Abubakar, alongside his wife, Mrs. Titi Abubakar, cast their votes.
I observed that, there was, a short challenge, as far as, my thumbprint was concerned. We had to go to a facial, accreditation. I think to the extent that it was meant to stop vote buying, I think it's a worthwhile exercise. But then I think as far as the accessibility of the new currency to the ordinary man, I think it needs to be, more needs to be done.
The Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi also cast his vote in Anambra State.
Well, the process so far, as I observe it, is okay. I thank INEC, and I wish the same thing all over Nigeria, because I can't assess it from my own position here. But judging from that, I give them my kudos and say, thank you. We want free, fair, and credible election. I came there, like you saw, queued up like every other voter, waited for a while. I was number 20-something when I started. Within a short time, I was able to vote. So the only person who is formidable in this election is me, because I'm coming with new ideas. I'm coming with a proven track record of performance. I'm coming with what they can call a clean record. As long as it works as seamless as it is here, I believe they will be able to meet up within the specified time. And if they don't, they can extend it for a few minutes.
The election day continued with eminent personalities such as Aliko Dangote casting his vote in Lagos.
The process, I think, is is quite good. It's been well arranged, and I think I must thank the President, INEC, and everybody for making this election to be totally a different one. Because of use of technology, and the turnout is very, very impressive. I'm very, very impressed with what I've seen. I've been voting, since 1999 when we changed to democracy, and I've never really missed. But this time around, I've seen quite a lot of people, much more than the usual time. Yes, there's one or two complaints about somebody not seeing the party of his choice on the senatorial, but I'm sure they're going to sort that out. It's quite good. It's very peaceful. Nobody is making any noise, So I think, we must really congratulate the government for, this is a very, very special election, So everybody, and I encourage everybody to perform their civic rights. There's no point of people going out there to register, and then on the day of election, you just go to bed, and then if you have bad representatives or a bad president, you keep complaining. There's no need for you to complain if you don't vote.
And in Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike also cast his vote.
We are all told that INEC had expressed confidence that they are ready for the election, that the beavers are working. You can see the crowd here. I don't believe that most people were allowed to vote with the slow walking of the beavers, because I stayed over 25 minutes there, and yet I couldn't vote, and I was told to go and come back. And before that, and they would have rectified the beavers. So I'm highly disappointed. INEC ought to have been fully ready before letting the public know that they are completely ready, and that they believe that Nigerians will be happy with their preparation. But they are not to show for it at all.
The next day, the Independent National Electoral Commission commenced the national collation of the presidential election results in Abuja.
As soon as any of the scopes arrives, the process of collation will begin. Once the process begins, the collation center will be open all day and all night, subject only to short breaks as may be announced by the returning officer.
Ekiti State was the first state to have submitted its result to the National Collation Center in Abuja, with the ruling All Progressives Congress securing 201,494 votes in Ekiti State, followed by the People's Democratic Party, which secured 89,554 votes.
The total number of votes received by the presidential candidates of each of the political parties are as follows. Party AA, 29 votes. Party AAC, 108 votes. Party APC, 201,494. Party NNPP, 264 votes. Party PDP, 89,554 votes.
The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, later adjourned the exercise to Monday, February 27th, when most states were expected to present their results at the National Collation Center. Unlike other previous briefings, the whole had the presence of more party agents as well as local and foreign observers.
For the election results presented for Ekiti, there was no overvoting. Overvoting means the total number of votes cast is higher than the number of accredited voters. The number of accredited voters is in this particular case higher than the total number of votes cast. My second response is, are the figures consistent from what transpired at the polling units and what was uploaded or ought to have been uploaded to the IRF portal? I am satisfied that the figures on this spreadsheet emanated from the process that transpired at the polling units. The polling units are the only places where citizens vote. Whatever you do thereafter is just collation of result. And we have provided the votes scored by each political party. However, if any political party believes that the figures they have from the hard copies of the results given by their polling agents at the level of collation, that the figures are inconsistent with what has been provided on the spreadsheet that we projected yesterday, I would like that political party to forward the information to the Commission so that we can speak on the basis of facts. I like the suggestion made that the Commission has power under the Electoral Act to review results, but that power is contingent upon one procedure. The process has to be concluded first before you can then talk about power to review. I want to assure political parties that any evidence that you have of any alleged wrongdoing at any level of the process, whether it's at the polling unit or at collation level, please forward this information. And I promise you, as soon as the process is concluded, we'll then do the review as provided by law.
The collation of the results for the presidential election across the 20 local government areas of Ogun State were completed. Addressing journalists, party representatives, among others, at the INEC Collation Center in Abeokuta, the state capital, the state collation officer for the state said that ABC polled
APC 341554, LP 85829, PDP 123831.
In River State, the INEC Collation Center commenced collation of results from the 23 local government areas. So far, at the time, 5 local government areas had been collated, with 2 turned down by the collation officer over irregularities in computation.
Upon completion here, it is required that we announce the results indicating performance of parties, and this result will be taken off to Abuja for presentation at the national level. You are aware that we have only one returning officer, and that happens to be Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, the chairman INEC. And so, without much ado, we want to start this event. And I need to add that ground rules are established, and on all matters, my decision is final at this point.
The party agent for the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Dino Melaye, also expressed his reservations concerning the election results and staged a walkout.
Section 60 and Section 64, 4 of the Electoral Act 2002 as amended, that there will be transmission of results from the polling units. And the INEC chairman and Festus Okoye have repeatedly told Nigerians that there will be transmission of results from polling units directly to the server. And we found out that this has not been done. INEC failed in this regard. And when I raised this issue today, supported by other party agents, the national chairman of INEC vehemently evaded that, because what Section 47(3) emphasized is that wherever the card reader or the beavers failed, if they cannot get a replacement, election should be cancelled in those areas. And we have seen from the presentation of the results from Ekiti yesterday that some places were cancelled as a result of bypassing beavers. So the only way to detect that beavers have been bypassed is for us to see the uploaded results. And we insisted that the chairman should show us here now the uploaded results state by state, just like the way they are displaying the collated results they are presenting. And that is the only way to test the veracity and authenticity of these results. If not, we are only here to endorse the fraud that has been done from the units to the ward to the states. We are not here to rubber stamp infractions. We are not here to rubber stamp the abnormalities that have been done. We are here to check them. But the national chairman of INEC is not giving us opportunity to question what they are doing. He's saying that all has been done, meaning we are just here to rubber stamp. And we are going to prove that we are not here to rubber stamp. We have no other country to call our own but this country. We are going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that the right thing must be done.
And when all the results came in and all the results were collated, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, declared Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress, APC, the winner of the 2023 presidential election. He polled a total of 8,794,726 votes to defeat his closest rival, Mr. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, who scored 6,984,520 votes to emerge second. Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party came third.
Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you. So all that remains for us is to thank you and to thank Nigerians.
The president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, gave his acceptance speech in Abuja, having been presented with his letter of return.
I hereby accept it. That money to serve you, be your servant, and not be your leader. To work with you and make Nigeria a great country. I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team up together. It is the only nation we have. We are the same country performing wonders in other countries. We can do it here. I promise I'll work with you to make Nigeria the destination of returning home to contribute to the development of our nation.
However, the results didn't go down well with some of the other contestants who vowed to challenge the results in court.
That's our package for this week. Do join us again next week for another edition. Thanks for watching.